Okay, I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Barnstable Golf Committee for August the 12th, 2025. In accordance with Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30, Section 20, I need to inquire if anyone is taping this meeting. Seeing none, this meeting will be replayed on Xfinity Channel 8 or High Definition Channel 1072. It may also be accessed via the Government Access Channel live video on-demand archives on the Town of Barnstable's website. With that, we'll take the roll call. Jeff Converse.
Here.
John Cookson.
Present.
Keith Hochstein, present. Suzanne Connolly.
Present.
Mark Bushway. Absent. Bill Silva.
Present.
Jason Orby.
Present.
Excellent. Jesse, any public comments?
Negative.
All right, before we begin, I just want to read for the benefit of the committee a letter that Jesse sent me from Kate Maldonado, who is the senior planner for planning and development. I am reaching out, Jesse, with regard to current efforts to update the town's open space and recreation plan. In collaboration with our consultant, the BSC Group, we will be holding virtual stakeholder meetings to obtain more specific feedback for recreation, conservation, and water resources. We would greatly appreciate your help to coordinate with the chair of the golf committee to select a representative or two to attend the recreation stakeholder meeting to be held Thursday, September 4th, between 9 and 10:30 a.m. BCS is currently preparing questions and they'll distribute them in advance. I've spoken to Suzanne. I know that she is extremely involved with open space, water, and recreation, and she has graciously accepted the invitation to be one of our members. If anyone else would like to be a part of this, it's a Zoom meeting, so it's not like you have to head down to town hall or something like that. But if you would like to also get involved, obviously they're asking for either one or two people, but I know that Suzanne can do a very more than adequate job. So thanks, Suzanne.
Sure.
Just to note that Mark Bushway, Mark?
Sorry,
Has arrived. No problem. Mark Bushway is here, so we have a full complement of members. Act on the minutes of the July 8th, 2025 meeting. Does anyone have any suggestions for additions or deletions? Seeing none, do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor with a show of hands, please. It's unanimous. All right, next. Director of Golf report, Jesse.
So I had switched it up on paper tonight, thinking that because of the rates, I'd put James in the middle, just so I would. But James couldn't be here, kind of the last minute. The irrigation, we had irrigation issues at Hyannis. The pump didn't turn on last night. They troubleshot that all day, and now he's there as we speak, trying to get water on the golf course. So he gave me a short report that I can read to you now, and it goes as follows. While the last 2 weeks of cool weather was great for the turf, the lack of rain is becoming a problem. Mass DEP has moved up into the next level of drought, which means we have to reduce our fairway watering by 50%. Not good, his words. We will be applying a product to help the fairways retain moisture. Normally, we only apply this to greens and tees due to the cost, $7,000 to greens and tees. But the fairways look great right now, so we're going to do our best to save them. Bunker work has progressed at Old Barnstable. The 3 bunkers that we talked about on 1, 6, and 13 have been filled in and sodded. I think they look great. The sod is not rooted yet, so it may be a few weeks before we open these areas for play. We're going to try to start bunker work on the 12th hole at Hyannis next week. We're going to try to eliminate all 3 bunkers in front of the 12th green at Hyannis.
Oh, nice.
And try to not just fill them in like grass bunkers, but actually move some earth and try to make that just a fairly flat plane of a hill going up to the green.
Nice.
So you're gonna let people try to go for the green?
12?
Yeah.
Not 13.
No. 12.
Who's playing here? 12 at Hyannis?
Yeah. No one hits driver off 12.
From the backpack?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I usually have like 120.
From the whites, I hit 3-wood, hit the bottom of the bunker.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, if you're playing the whites.
No,
now
blues
there'd
hit
be no
the 4.
reason. Yeah.
Now you hit driver.
But yeah, it's, yeah,
It's just gonna slow down play, but okay.
you're crazy. It holds 340.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that holds like 340.
It isn't.
I'm just happy to see them go.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh well.
we're also going to be doing a lot of seeding at both courses, specifically the putting, the practice green at OBF, and the collars at Hyannis. I don't know if you played Hyannis recently, you've seen the collars. They're kind of smoked, but they're going to try to bring them back with seed. This isn't on there, but I'll mention it. We're getting an estimate to do some tree work here at Old Barnstable, left of the 4th green, to try to open that area up and get some airflow and get some grass growing there. You know, if you miss the green to the left, there's just nothing. So we're gonna try, the ball can roll just into those trees. So we're gonna try to get some airflow in there, get some turf growing left of the 4th green, but we're waiting on an estimate. That's a little too much work to be done in-house. Kudos to both maintenance staffs. Overall, I think both courses look fantastic. Tee to green for mid-August. Audubon update, a representative from Audubon is scheduled for a site visit here at Old Barnstable on the 25th of this month, Monday, August 25th. This is for final certification. Myself and Jesse, we'll be touring the property with them to make our case for certification, by highlight many of the things I have been boring you with for the last year: environmental stewardship, water conservation and quality, wildlife habitat, education outreach, and chemical use reduction. That's all I have from him. I'll answer what I can. I don't know if I'll be able to.
That's good. Questions regarding course maintenance?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, Suzanne?
This is just for the future. I'm not, but a lot of people who play the forward tee on 17 here find it to be very parabolic.
Okay.
It's convex
Yeah.
at this point.
Okay.
And it's really getting difficult to tee up there properly. And so just for future, I don't want to put any pressure. You guys
Sure.
are doing so much. But could we
So
just
very
kind
forward.
of, the forward
The
tee
green.
on 17. And if you could just put it on the radar for some future, take a look at, we'd all appreciate it. I was playing in a foursome today and everybody was kvetching about it. So I said, you know what, I'll mention it tonight.
Sure. That's small enough to.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can strip it, level it, sod it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
James talked about reaching out to the town management about being allowed to use true chemicals
Yeah.
on the greens and the cups to make sure we don't get invasive plants.
Mm-hmm.
Have we done that, and what was the response?
Nothing yet. Nothing notable yet. No. Well, no, short answer is nothing yet. I can't speak eloquently about that without him here. Sorry. You want to shift to mine? And it's quick.
Any other comments for Jesse and James? Go ahead. All right, next we have, well, that was the golf manager's
Right.
report.
Sorry.
And now we have director of golf report.
So, another club championship is in the books. The women's here at Old Barnstable. Congrats to Jackie Duffy, who won by 19 shots.
Oh my God.
I know, she
Which
was
is
awesome.
81-77, I
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
158.
It was out.
But maybe more importantly, the net champion, Suzanne Conley. That was won by 5, I
Kissing
think.
your brother.
Some other upcoming,
Back for
I clapped for her the day of.
Yeah, he was. May I say, while you say that, it's so great to have the director of golf operations come to the women's championship and watch all the
That was
groups
great.
come in. So
Yeah,
we
it was
really appreciate that, so thank you,
I
Jesse.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We're in the thick of tournament season, not just in interclub stuff, but this Thursday, 2 days from now, the Cape Cod PGA is hosting a pro-am here, Cape Cod PGA Pro Senior. Mary and I are both playing. We have morning tee times. My father's coming down from Maine to play in it with me, so that'll be fun. We're hosting 2 mass golf qualifiers in the next 10 days. The Super Senior Am is tomorrow at Hyannis, and the Senior Am is a week from today here. This weekend is the 2-day member guest here at Old Barney. I believe it's close to, if not already sold out. It's a shame that those 3 bunker areas will be roped off and not ready for play for these tournaments, but we wanted to get it done. It's the cost of progress.
What's the rule there?
It'll just be ground under.
That's what I told the
Yeah.
woman I was playing with today who ended up in the, I said, that's ground under.
Yeah, we'll just ground under.
All right, okay.
You know what's happened, Jesse, is that white circle, the drop zone, has faded.
Yeah.
They'll redo
You know, they'll
it
redo
ahead
it,
of all
for-
these
I'm
events.
sure, for these
Yeah,
tournaments,
I mean,
but
you got
that's probably why.
1, 2, 3, yeah, we have 4 legit tournament rounds coming up here.
Well, that's why someone would ask a question,
Sure,
what
sure.
do I do?
It'll be together.
Jesse, what is the ruling, say on 5, if your ball goes in the trap
Yeah,
and
the wood,
the wood?
stance and swing. If it affects your stance or swing, you can take a drop. But you can't just say it's in my line. You know, it's no different than the cart path or an irrigation box. It's a immovable obstruction. What?
No, John and I talked about that one
Right.
day.
Because there's nothing wrong with the bunker itself, right? It's just there's an
Right.
artificial,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, stance and swing. Revenue. July was the biggest month in the history of Barnstable golf at over $600,000. Gets us off to a very nice start to the fiscal year, as we're ahead of forecast by probably about $70,000. Obviously, long way to go, but a great start nonetheless. August has been great too, I think. Through the 9th, we were already at 40% of our projection for the month. So, Monday Quarterly continues to generate some impressive numbers. Through yesterday, which was the 15th playing of the season, Tom gave me some metrics today. 331 league members, 2,400 rounds played, over $45,000 in revenue generated.
Wow.
Yesterday, a kid made $1,000 skin on a
Bryce
second.
Conroy.
Yeah, I don't know him. Yeah, good player. Yeah.
Big
Oh.
birdie did?
2.
Two?
He
The only-
eagled?
No, just a birdie held.
Oh, bird.
I mean, well, the pins are crazy, so.
Yeah. Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
right.
but a birdie held. There were no birdies on 5 or 8, so a birdie on either of those holes would have been worth $500.
Wow.
Yeah,
What hole did he get in? On 8?
2.
2
Two.
in Miami. I got some golf. We brought up golf now in the last meeting, so I figured I'd give you some metrics there. Last year, we did $28,000 through golf now. This year already, we've done 44,000.
That's
Yeah, and
excellent.
Tom, I asked him, this is an exact quote from Tom. I find that a lot of golfers that book are traveling through the area, and this is the first time playing the course. Also, reviews have been positive online, which helps other groups book. So it really is found money, that golf now.
Even
And
without a
Hyannis during the week.
concession, that's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Clubhouse, they're moving along nicely. Still at least another month left to work to be done by the contractors. Once they're gone, I think I've brought this up before, we have a good number of things that need to be addressed. Power washing and potentially painting the exterior, replacement of urinals on the restaurant level, all the IT setup, and numerous other things which may require multiple quotes. I say this because it's important people realize we aren't going to be operating out of the building immediately upon the contractors leaving. The decision has been made, we are not going to have Old Barnstable open for another winter. Yeah. So regardless of when the clubhouse is up and running, we'll be closing this golf course in mid-November, like we always have until the issue. Lastly, on that front, back to the clubhouse, we're working on the RFP for the restaurant at Hyannis right now. As a side note, I was asked to provide utility cost estimates. So basically, I went back to the last time we had a fully functioning restaurant with a function room and everything, which was essentially 5 years ago. And I applied today's rates to that usage level, 70% increase in the last 5 years. 70.
That's
Yeah,
electrical?
electric, gas,
Yes.
yeah, 70%.
So information on that RFP will be on the town website for
Yeah,
anybody
When
to,
it, right,
anybody
right,
to see?
yep, it'll be in the RFP, bids and RFPs, it's called.
Yeah.
Yep, will be in the paper.
So are there any specifics in terms of the timeline or hopeful timeline for getting that restaurant up and running, or?
I think it's very, very, very likely we'll have somebody up and running at the start of the season, by the start of the season.
Great.
Yes, I don't
Okay.
think they'll be, if they want to come in earlier and try to do some functions over the winter, if we can get them in that early, great. But I think April I'm confident.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We've had some people already reach out and say they're interested. I'm not going to talk about
Yeah,
it
yeah.
in this setting,
No.
but yeah.
Excellent.
People are interested.
When
That's
is
great
this one
news.
up?
At the this is the last year of their standard 3-year deal.
Right.
And then there's options. There's
Oh.
town options.
Got it.
Right, and then so we have to make a decision fairly soon if we're going to pick up an option or go out to bid. And if we do go back out to bid, that's not to say that they wouldn't still be here.
They can still bid.
Of course. But the town might decide we wanna see what else is out there. Or we could just say, no, you're doing a great job, we're gonna pick up your option. We'll see. I think that'll be like.
So that's calendar year, they're here
Yes.
through the end of the
Yes.
calendar.
Yeah, right. That RFP itself, it's a substantial undertaking, we're talking a 50-page legal document, so not something that comes together quickly. I don't know if it'll be completed by next month's meeting, but if it is, I'd be able to tell you when bids are due. I think there's a chance, probably jump coin flip if it'll be ready by next meeting. But I know Chris is working on it, David Anthony is working on it. I've been giving all the information I can about just, rounds played and again, utility estimates and just all kinds of metrics.
There's gonna be a lot of boilerplate for that RFP.
It is. I mean, we have all the past ones.
Yeah.
Right, that's honestly all I have. Before we get into the other stuff.
Can I ask a
Again,
construction
questions?
question?
Yep,
Yeah.
go ahead.
In the latest construction document, it shows they're still waiting for the gas line.
Yeah, Labor Day.
When did they cut the street to increase the water pipe? It seems to have disappeared.
Long ago.
No, they ran the water pipe up the hill
Right,
with the new fire hydrant.
right.
They never cut it back to 132. So how did they tap into water?
That must be something that's also
No.
restricted till after Labor Day. If you're
It's
missing.
no longer on the construction schedule.
I noticed that too, last
Okay, really?
meeting, yeah.
Okay,
So yes,
So
you
water
do have a
got
new,
tapped
you do have a new
back.
fire hydrant up by the building,
right. But
which
yeah,
is a whole new line into the building, because they
Right.
cut the parking lot.
Yep,
But it was my understanding that the main from the main street needed to be upsized to feed all of that, and that seems to have disappeared.
interesting.
And that was
Maybe
the
I've done
thing
it
we
while-
talked about
In the
holding everything
darkness at
up.
night.
Well, why would they have
Well,
done
no, there isn't even,
Yeah.
like, if you look
Right.
at the street, they never cut to the
Yeah.
street.
And they wouldn't have done one and not the other. Right? They wouldn't have done
So,
the water.
I don't want us at the
Yeah,
end to
no,
find out
hope
there's
that's
not
the
enough
case.
water pressure for the thing at the other end.
We have a meeting every Wednesday at 9:00. So I will ask that question.
Just curious what happened to the
I'll
water
ask that
main.
question in 15 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that and the gas line were
Yeah.
both tracking, and then the water one disappeared.
interesting, all right.
And I was at the golf course the next day, and I'm like, I don't see
There's no
any
cut.
change in the cuts
Yeah.
to the street. I asked
Okay.
Tom, he goes, it's right here, it goes to the fire hydrant. I'm like, no,
Right.
the other end.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right, obviously, we're gonna turn our attention to a discussion of rates. I hope that I'm expressing the feelings of everyone on the committee when I say that starting this in August, the way we are this year, tonight really can be a brainstorming session. Next week, questions that we generate tonight, hopefully Jesse will be able to come up with information for us. And then we can vote in October and still get all the information you need to the town manager.
Yeah, I still don't have the
calendar.
calendar
Yeah.
yet, but we'll make
But
sure,
we'll make
we'll make
do.
it happen. If we have to
Okay.
move the meeting, we
Right.
will.
Okay.
So,
So again, just so everybody, we might have to move the meeting in October, but this would give us 3 meetings to discuss all of this, and everyone really can voice their opinions on really a wide variety of topics regarding next year's rates.
We need everyone to vote.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I've already told Tom and Mary I would like them at the next meeting.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because they can answer questions better than I about, if we're talking about stuff that's not just price related, like T-sheet modifications and, just anything like that, they know better than I.
Okay.
But I have nothing planned for this discussion. I sent you a bunch of, data,
Yeah,
um,
it's good. It was good.
I
Can I
know you
ask a-
just said you don't have the answer to this, but how is the 8-minute early morning tea time affected play?
0,
That's what I thought.
yeah, 0. I mean,
Can I ask you a question about one of your charts?
Yep,
the uni membership comparison.
yep.
Chart, you said only Barnstable and Harwich offer resident discounts on greens fees?
Right.
Dennis, what's the difference there? Because they, looks like adult $9.85.
No, greens fees, not memberships.
These are members.
Oh, these are memberships, I'm so
Greens
sorry.
fees, yes,
Greens
yes.
fees, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just daily.
Yeah, daily
Right.
play. All right.
Right.
My understanding is that the discounts only kick in after 12 o'clock during the week?
For residents,
Yeah.
yes. We just changed that this past year. Right, it used to be all day. So now we have people who used to play, and it's substantial. It's from 80 to 45, $35 difference. So we have people who used to play at 10 o'clock and now they're waiting till 12:30 or 1. But gets us that $80 for that spot instead of 45. So yeah, we've slowly kind of pulled back on how much access. Not
I
access.
wonder if some of those residents might buy a pass if they didn't get a
Yeah.
resident discount.
That's the discount, is the pass,
Of course,
you know?
right.
So, I mean, if you're looking for revenue, I think you need to look at the discount. Why are you offering discounts if you're hurting for,
Well, if you don't need to.
if you don't need to? Yeah.
Sure, sure. I mean, Yarmouth takes it to all the way to the membership. Why are we offering discount for residents when we don't get any tax money? I'm not lobbying for that, but
What is the
No.
discount again?
I think 45 instead of 80. I mean, we could up that, we could reduce the discount, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, that's aggressive. But we've always been tasked with, just heavily discounting for residents.
In Harwich, they do two different times. Like you have a resident discount during prime time and it goes down to $60. But then after 3 o'clock, it's $30.
What's regular after 3? Like still 50 or something?
50, yeah. So it's, but that's just what they do in Harwich. I was looking at your numbers here and I'm sitting here and I'm going, Brewster's got 2 golf courses, Yarmouth's got 2 golf courses, Dennis has 2 golf courses. And I'm looking that you guys are basically, Dennis is a weird situation anyway, but
Right.
I don't see why you couldn't bump the resident fee to like 1,400 instead of 1,335. I don't know about seniors and all that other stuff, but the non-resident fee could also go up like 10%. It's 2 golf courses they have access to, and they are gonna have a better chance of getting tee times than somebody would at a singular golf course.
I don't want to editorialize too much, but I think Yarmouth is really the only other facility that aligns with us in a majority of ways. I mean, Yarmouth and Brewster are the only 2 that are enterprise like us. And Brewster only became an enterprise a few years ago, and both golf courses are on the same site, which cuts down massively on staffing
Yeah.
costs and all kinds of other stuff. Our golf courses are very different. Even the soil at both these golf courses are very different.
Yeah.
So James is experimenting with different products on each course. Brewster doesn't have to deal with any of that. Their courses are both on the same spot. So I think I'm not advocating for the Yarmouth model, but I think we need to be careful when we start comparing ourselves to these other places because it's not apples to apples. It's really not. Dennis, yeah, they're general fund, no credit cards for membership, cash or check at town hall. That I think we'd lose so many people if we told them they couldn't use a credit card. But again,
Do you ever figure out what you spend in credit card fees to process all the?
close to 100 grand. Well, for
And
the
you
year.
think you'd lose some members if they couldn't pay by credit card?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Not everybody
Yeah.
has $1,500 to.
I honestly don't own a checkbook. I don't own a checkbook.
Oh, right.
Well, can't
I
you
mean,
charge a
so
credit
it's
card
your
fee?
fault.
A fee on top?
Yeah, you
If
could
you're using
pay-
a credit card, everybody's doing that now.
Yeah.
Restaurants are doing it. They do it
Well, I'm
on the
not
town
complaining about
website.
I'm not complaining about the expense.
No, but-
Dennis
but why have
just
the
went to
expense?
credit card only for everything.
Oh, they did?
Yes,
Really?
our guys, we have a bunch of guys who are members at Cranberry Valley and at Dennis. And everything at Dennis is credit card now, no cash.
Sandwich Hall, the same thing.
Yeah.
If I wanna buy a beach pass in Barnstable,
Mhm.
by credit card on the town website, I
Right.
pay a fee,
3% or whatever.
whatever, something
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, it's
And-
been talked about, we could look into it. It would not reduce our expenses.
Oh.
It would only increase revenue because those pots don't mix.
Well, there's nothing wrong with increasing revenue.
Right. I know that seems ridiculous, but it wouldn't, we would still pay that much in fees.
Yeah.
We would recoup it on the other end.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it wouldn't reduce expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Well,
looking to do.
Fees.
You might
Yeah,
still
we get
people
billed for the
paying their checks
transaction,
instead
just
of,
get paid
Yeah,
back for
that's
the
fine.
transaction.
Okay,
They
you're
won't
right,
have
you
the
might
expense,
indirectly
Yeah.
reduce expenses that way. People saying, I'm not spending it, paying an extra $40
Yeah.
just for, right, right, yeah, it could
Absolutely.
reduce expenses that way.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
would.
Why aren't we, at peak rate, peak rate, you're talking about weekends? Is
Yes.
that what you mean by that, Friday,
Well,
Saturday,
Old
Sunday?
Barnstable's 7 days a week. That's the same
Peak rate
rate.
is 7 days a week?
Yeah, here. We have a weekday rate at Hyannis, but not here.
So the 59 and a card during
That's
the
Monday
week,
through Thursday,
Monday through Thursday?
right. Where here, it's 80 greens fee,
Yeah.
25 card, 7 days a week.
So why wouldn't we be at, same as Bayberry, for example? You said we're like Yarmouth golf courses, I mean,
Well, I meant the structure.
but Old Barnstable is a great course. I
It
mean,
is.
it's gonna be back
So is
maybe to where
Bayberry.
Keith was saying last
Bayberry's
week. Used to
Really,
be the premier
Right.
course on the Cape. Hopefully it'll be that way again next year.
Mhm.
I don't see any reason why that's not up there in price with the others.
I agree.
We might be able to get it. I mean, this place is sold out all the time.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
I will say Bayberry, you know, the public at Bayberry has their pick of any time they want. Whereas here, they don't. You know, we block here, the public can't play in the first 2 hours of the day. There, they can. You know, anytime, as long as they book outside of 3 days.
Yeah.
Because they don't reserve anything for members until 3 days out.
Well, that's a separate conversation.
Completely. And I don't want to ignore model changes. I don't want to just focus on money.
And now at Hyannis, you got a new clubhouse,
Think
maybe a new
that's-
restaurant operation. I
Yep.
mean, it's gonna be a nice, hopefully it's gonna be as nice as I have it in my mind.
Yeah.
Should
I think
raise
at
that
the
rate.
I think at the very least, that weekday special needs to
Yes.
go to 69 or 75. Or
Yeah.
I don't know,
even at 75.
I don't know if you raise Hyannis until it's open for a year.
Huh?
I don't know how much I'd want to do at the peak rate. I mean, maybe 92 to 95. Like, but
95.
Think big, boy.
That's still,
is
that's
Hyannis a
still,
$100 golf course with those bunkers? I don't know.
I thought it was in great shape this year.
It is. Right now, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
People are
So-
talking about how great it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's had 3 winters off.
Yeah, I know, and then add a concession or
Well, that's
plan a
about to change,
concession. I'm
once you
gonna,
put
It's
it
about to
back
get beat
into
up all
use,
winter.
it's gonna be-
Which is why I don't think you change it for the first year when the clubhouse is open.
well, I'm gonna side
I
with
think
Bill.
you could go up a
Get a
little
brand
bit.
new clubhouse.
I can see the special at least going up. Because even at 69, it's the best deal around.
Yeah,
59 is a joke. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, even at 69.
Why don't you go to round numbers like
Yeah.
70? Yeah,
75 is?
Marketing.
huh?
Marketing.
Because once you put the seven
does
up
everything end in a
instead of
nine?
a 6, everybody looks at it differently.
Nobody's using cash, so it's not like making change is an issue. You know, we're 85% credit cards.
Jesse, from my point of view, I'm wondering for the next meeting, if you could give us some sort of approximate statement on increases to costs for the program for next year. So primarily, I'm talking about minimum wage is gonna go up, so we're gonna have to pay extra for our personnel. We're probably gonna have to pay extra for our seed and our fertilizer. That goes up every year. And of course, the big item that we actually haven't mentioned yet is the $100,000 that is gonna be added to us to pay for the
Right.
Hyannis.
Plus all the additional costs, we need to get on a maintenance plan with all this new equipment.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying to you. From my point of view, all of the suggestions that have been made are very interesting. And the one that we haven't mentioned is the one you brought up last week, that if we cut back on the amount of tee times that pass holders can get
Right.
the night before they want to play, that, as you mentioned last week, we voted 50-50.
Mhm.
It's turned out to be 59-41.
Right.
Even if we cut that in half in some way, how much money would that generate? So there's a lot of good ideas on how we can increase, not to mention the basic increase
Sure.
in pass holder rates. But how much money do we need? How much money do we need to break even in terms of the things you just talked about, equipment,
Yeah.
material, minimum wage, and the $100,000 that we're gonna have to pay off that debt for the next 20 years?
300,000. I think the budget itself went up about 200 for this year, and then when you add in the clubhouse payment, call it
All right,
300.
so you
But
are-
we're also talking fiscal year versus we're talking calendar year with these rate increases, but fiscal year with the budget.
It gets
It
It
really-
complicated,
does, it
yeah.
gets confusing, I know
Right.
that. But it's
Right, but
difficult
last
to
year when we did
say,
rates to,
it's difficult to say exactly what we all would be in favor of increasing without knowing a goal. It would be difficult for
Sure.
me. Now, if you tell me 300,000 and you're fairly certain about that, well, maybe you might want to look at it a little more closely, come back to us next week and tell us that 300,000 is pretty hard. Then we would know.
Right. Assuming that number is correct, which I believe is pretty close, if we were to match last year's numbers this year, the same exact revenue,
That's a good,
we would break even. Because we netted about 300 grand last year.
that's what I thought.
yeah, but
Right.
coming into this
So-
year's rates,
Part of the
to
deal
Keith's
is
point,
they repair them.
in that last September, October meeting, we
Yeah.
figured out that there was like a $200,000
Yes.
number, and
Yes.
that's what we adjusted the rates to make sure we covered,
Last year, yes.
coming
yes.
into this year.
So we need to do the same thing.
That's what he's asking for.
Right.
Is
So yeah,
what's the float, so that if we're gonna adjust this, we know
Right.
when we change all the dials, we're gonna land, to Keith's point,
Well,
plus 285,
What
plus
do we want to try to
315.
net? Because
Yeah.
in theory, we don't have to, in theory, like I just said, if we don't go up on any price at all, in theory, we would still make our numbers.
Yeah, but you're not including the
We're not.
rest of inflation that you're gonna chase.
Oh, sure, because we don't know the future, but
Right.
but I'm not advocating for that. but,
Yeah.
um,
I think this would help me, and I'm hoping, I'm speaking for other members, in terms of knowing exactly what we want to increase, and we can take a look at these things. Like, again, what you brought up last month about trying to level off that playing time for
Yeah.
for pass holders and non-pass holders. I mean, to be honest, I've used that
Mhm.
at 7 o'clock at
Sure.
night, but I've sort of gotten spoiled with it, in a way. And if I can't get a tea time at 7 o'clock at night because you have given more of those away to non-pass holders, I would just say, hey, do a better job in planning. I would tell myself that. But in the
Right,
meantime,
right.
we would have more money, we would be generating more income.
But there's two different things. Are you advocating for the sheet not being set up at 50/50, or are you advocating for simply taking away that 7 o'clock option?
Well,
Or
I
you know-
thought you had mentioned that we could cut that 7 o'clock option in half, for instance. Is that possible?
These are non-member times, right? These are non-member
Right,
times you're
these are
talking about.
non-member
And the only
times.
way, the
All
only reason
restrictions
that you
do
get an opportunity to pick one is if no one has filled that time.
Correct.
At 7 o'clock.
But you have told us,
In that
That
morning, the
during-
day of.
well, that's why, in my mind, it should be at your discretion, that at certain times of the year, whether it be July, August only,
Mhm.
Director of Golf has the option of shutting that down because you're getting all these phone calls. I don't know if you can do that.
Members could still do the same thing in the morning. There's nothing stopping you from, okay, you can't do it at 7 o'clock at night, but you could wait, you could call at 6:30 in the morning. Hey, is that 9 o'clock still open? I'll grab it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna stop people from doing that.
No. I
No,
think
you
that's
don't want
what-
to stop people
Right.
from doing that.
Right.
Because there still are openings.
Yeah, and we wanna fill
And
the
there's
sheet.
no reason why pass holders can't
Right.
use them. But the idea that we are losing revenue, because as you said last month, there are many days that you could fill virtually both tee sheets.
Sure.
With non-pass.
With not,
Wow.
and,
Just whatever blanks exist.
you know,
Right.
$125 with a cart here, that can add up very quickly.
Sure.
So again, if we go back to that $300,000 figure, and then we start working to achieve that, and even exceed it,
All right, we wanna make a contribution. I mean,
to the reserve fund.
We have to, we have to build it if we wanna see improvements. All this this is all net zero stuff.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is just
Right, yeah.
to pay our bills and move on to next year. If you wanna see improvements, we need to make contributions to that surplus.
Maybe you should think in terms of peak weeks during tourist season, you know, rather than just sort of some blanket change.
Sure.
Exactly.
That might help,
We know what they are, and that's where Tom and Mary will be huge.
yeah,
Like, there's certain weeks in May and September where we could fill them with public, period.
In
From 6 in the
September?
morning,
Oh.
yeah,
all right.
from 6 in the morning till, oh yeah, that's when all all our hotel partners, that's when we do all the hotel business.
In
Late
September.
May and September,
All of September or
pretty
early?
much,
Oh, really?
yeah,
I don't
September's
wanna give up
huge.
right?
That's-
September is massive for
That's-
golf.
that's-
Best time to
golf
visit the
season.
Cape is Labor Day to Columbus
Correct.
Yeah,
Day.
that's true,
Correct.
that's true.
No 3-night minimums, no waits.
Yeah,
Just going
look,
on.
people who are here on vacation during the summer with their kids, their little kids, they're
They
not
don't golf,
correct.
yeah.
But in yeah,
If
Unless one
you
takes the
might
kids
ask
to the
them
beach,
how much
dad
additional
goes out.
revenue
He's like
those kinds of
having
moves would
orgasm on the
generate,
golf course.
for me, that would be very helpful.
I agree.
Because
That's a
again,
great idea.
if we're talking about 300,000 being the minimum that we need to raise, but we really want to raise more than that, then we have an idea where we're at. And we can start saying, okay, there's X number of dollars, Bill's suggestion, all the suggestions have been made tonight. If we add into that, and then of course we have a rate increase,
Jesse,
Right.
what's the total number of rounds played both courses?
76,000.
76,000.
So you need $5 a round.
yeah.
That raises you $380,000.
And the increases to the memberships.
Okay, just a second, that settles it.
Keeps
We just
membership.
raised,
Well, that includes members.
I'm counting members.
Yeah.
we just solved the problem.
How many rounds do you play?
150.
$5 a piece.
Wow.
Well, that means move him from a senior membership to a full membership.
I'm not
No, he's
senior
not
yet.
there.
Oh.
That's 80.
That
80 is
is,
senior?
I am very offended.
80.
I thought it started at 65.
Oh, God, I'd get killed.
That's why I was like, we
Yeah.
should raise that number. So that should say super senior.
Jesse, how much gas do you guys use for your carts?
He has that number.
18,000 is the budget this year.
For gas for carts?
Yep. And then, oh no, so no, 40,000.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was gonna
looking at
say,
gas.
that's not a lot.
I was looking at gas as in natural gas heat.
Yeah.
No, gasoline, 40,000.
Yeah.
And then another 20,000 for diesel, for the equipment.
And I
So
noticed
60 grand for fuel.
mandatory
That's
carts at
gallons.
Bayberry before too, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and holidays.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not, you know, the worst idea in the world for weekends. And it's revenue, it's revenue. I think
revenue.
that's what I'm thinking.
It's a ton of pushback.
With
But it's revenue.
solar panels.
Very, you know,
Everything
pass
is
holders, the only time they, well, that's not true, but it's so hard to get a tee time on the weekend if you're a pass holder. That's why I play all the championships, cause you get like 6 weekend tee times in the
A
summertime.
lot of people do that. You're buying a tea time, basically.
Yeah, you're buying a tee time by
Right.
being in a championship, but,
But I mean, for the average person who, like Jason plays every weekend morning super, he gets his tea times because he's willing to play it.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 o'clock.
Right. So,
I've been playing very early.
Yeah, I
so
see
if
you
he
on the
plays
way
50
out.
rounds a year, I just added, and he walks, I just added $1,000 to his membership.
Yeah.
oh,
You see my
you can't
point?
do that to Jason.
I'm not, I'm just saying.
Do you know what
All of
the
a sudden, a
statistic-
walker now has to pay $20 a round, when it used to be zero, it went from 0 to 20.
Yeah, well,
Oh, mandating cards?
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, I'd like to, that's why I wanna have merit.
People
Nobody
walk,
wants
people
to do
walk for
that.
exercise.
Dead set against
I mean,
that.
People want to, right.
Yeah, that's.
But
that's-
Tom and
And I-
Mary can speak to
I
that.
do it
and
for
I
the
think
7
the
mile
last
walk.
time I talked about it, I said not here, hyenas.
Right.
Hyenas, yeah.
Yeah,
Although I walked
do you-
hyenas last week.
Do you know what the average number of rounds played by member is?
No. If I had to guess,
It's down because Steve's not playing
50?
anymore.
I was gonna say 40.
50, 40?
My guess was 40. National Golf Foundation suggests that 40 should be kind of your break-even number for what a membership should cost. You know, the greens fee times 40, which
Which would be $4,000.
shows you how underpriced we are.
yeah,
Right, I mean,
Every
here
place
the
on the Cape
peak
is
greens fee is 80, so that's
Yeah.
3,200. That shows you how underpriced we are. It should be, if you play 40 rounds, you broke even. That's, you know,
Well, we're not that underpriced versus these other municipals,
No, we're not, we should,
Yeah.
except for,
we should be at least at the average, in my opinion. But I like what Keith is saying, let's marry this, it's like making a pro forma, rather than just like, let's raise fees, we should know
Sure, sure.
what we need to
well, some
not
fees
only
should be
break
raised.
even, but to get to the point where we can start affording some of these major,
well, again, if we wanted to break even, we don't have to raise anything.
yeah,
Based on last year's
exactly,
numbers.
exactly.
We need to make contributions to surplus. If we want to see legitimate
Well,
upgrades.
that's another whole issue that I think the members of the golf committee need to weigh in on.
It should be more than that.
I think we've discussed this
I think it's
It's like
before.
Cranberry Valley you're saying.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Keith.
I think we've discussed this before, that Mark Milne wants to have 2.2 million in the reserve fund. And I believe we have what, 1.6?
I think we're gonna be closer to like 1.8.
Oh, 1.8,
Yeah, I
okay.
think we were at 1.5.
So
300.
how much do we want to raise in that area? I mean, we can't reach his goal in 1 year.
I think you
mean,
should
do we
have-
want to try to reach it in 5 years? In 5 years from now, of course, it'll be higher because the budget for
Yeah.
the golf program will have gone up. But again, I think we have to think about not only just covering our expenses, as I talked to Jesse about, but making a contribution to our reserve fund. And again, it's such a vague issue. I know he's very concerned what would happen if a hurricane hit and that kind of thing, so we have to be worried about that. The 2.2 million,
I want to get some more
2.3
clarity
million.
on that, because I was thinking about that, and the answer I got was 6 months worth of expenses. So in theory, you go, oh, that's half the budget. But in reality, yeah, if a hurricane hit or something, we're not ordering fertilizer, we're not ordering merchandise. We're not-
I've thought about this.
Right,
yeah.
so maybe it's not 50%. Maybe
No,
it's just
but
a
it-
contractual employee, you know.
It's your contractual and your staff. So it's
Right.
your cart payments, it's
Yeah.
the building payments, it's.
Right, we're not ordering $200,000 worth of
Minimalistic,
merchandise
right.
if there's no operation.
So,
So maybe we're close to there, and I'll have that. James and I are working on CIP right now. He's got, close to 200,000 worth of equipment that he wants.
I was wondering if CIP would be
Yeah.
there again.
What about
Yeah.
the undertaking of the irrigation here? I mean, that's a huge one, right?
Absolutely.
Didn't we
Millions,
say-
millions.
Didn't we say like 6 million?
Yes. Yeah, millions.
Right.
And last year, remember, last year we put in a CIP for only $60,000 to hire 3X, not recommended.
Yeah.
oh, really?
60
Yeah.
grand, yeah, last year.
That was for the architect study
Correct,
on.
correct, yep, because all that, you have to start there, 60 grand, and even that wasn't recommended. Now,
Do you put that in again for,
that's, yeah, I mean, I wanna talk to Chris, or is it futile? Is it, here's the problem, here's the thing. You budget out these things, so the first year, it was a 2-year ask. The first one was 60 grand, the second one was 6 million. So they took a look at that second number and said, no, what's the point of spending this 60 grand to get these expert opinions when we can't afford to do whatever they tell us to do?
But I thought part of that was to alter the course, so you'd have fescue, and
Eventually.
you would cut
Correct.
down on the watering.
Right,
Eventually.
Otherwise, that 6 million would be 8 million.
right, but, yes. But we would, even if we did it bare bones, we'd have to, the current irrigation system isn't advanced enough to do what the architect would want us to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You can't, James could speak to this better, but from what I understand, you can't just water the 4th fairway. If you're watering the 4th fairway, you're also doing 12, because the system has to equalize the pressure.
Okay.
So where these new ones, everything's
yeah, you're watering areas
Sectioned
you
off.
don't need to be watering.
right, because the system, you
Yeah.
can't just say, I just want to water this green and that's it. Something else has to come on to alleviate, where these new systems are so segmented, you could have one head come on if you wanted to, all from your iPhone,
But we also talked, and this is why this is such a long-term project, about the possibility of getting the CPC
Yes,
to help us out
Yes.
with the
Now that the debt's
irrigation
gone.
system, because of the fact we would be saving a lot of
yes,
water.
yes.
That's a great argument,
Right, and
especially
You
now.
know, so where
I
does
don't know
that
how
fit in?
aggressively that argument was made last year when we put in, but I don't know what's gonna happen with that meeting you referenced. But maybe that comes up.
I think it's a, that's
James
gonna.
James will be on that Zoom.
Will he? Good,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I told James I need,
yeah.
the second I see the word water, I need him. And Chris too. So maybe that'll be, I'm assuming, will Lindsay be on that meeting? I'm guessing. I don't know. But we need to make that argument aggressively that the upfront cost is worth it
Right,
because of the.
right, so that's why this whole thing about the irrigation system, I mean, it's an excellent point to bring up, but by the same token, we need help with that.
We've spent so much money. We just spent $2,100 just for an electrician's time, 11 hours of his time, troubleshooting what's going on with the irrigation at Hyannis.
Jeez.
Right, and now James is working 14-hour days, hand watering, so the grass doesn't die.
Oh,
It's
with
just
a
one-
truck, with
It's
a,
just one problem
yeah.
after another, over the,
with a hose and a cart?
And it's not like it's gonna get better.
No.
We wanna pull the pump this year in October, late October, like we did here last year. But what happened last year when we pulled the pump here? Oh, $52,000. Granted, 3 pumps here, only 1 at Hyannis, which is scary, only having 1.
Yeah,
But, we're getting into CIP land, but
well, what if, how can I say this? Debt service,
yeah,
is done now for the purchase of Hyannis, right?
correct.
What would be so wrong with borrowing the money to get it done properly and returning to a big debt service payment every year? I mean, that's the only way you're gonna get it done is to borrow the money.
Well, we weren't paying that debt service, CIP was,
Well,
CPC was.
CPC,
CPC,
but
right.
they were paying it after it had been paid for a few years.
Sure.
I don't know, I don't like borrowing money either, but there's no way out of it.
Of course not, we don't have $6 billion.
Except for borrowing,
Right.
just, floating a bond and borrowing the money.
If we could get some level of commitment from CPC
Yeah,
to offset,
yeah. I don't know, is there any other way to get it done properly? I can't imagine. $6 million project?
How about if somebody made
well, we can't afford it without borrowing,
Yeah,
obviously.
Are you allowed to do that?
I think that's why we need to build up reserves, that's, because we're still using money from reserves to balance the budget, we always will. They won't accept a revenue forecast that covers expenses, it's pie in the sky in certain people's eyes. It's never not happened,
well,
we've always, returned money.
yeah, no, we return money, but I think borrowing money to do what we need to do is a different story. Than returning money to reserves. Does it need to be 2.2? Why can't it be 2? Just thinking about the way these big sums are handled in this program differently.
It is difficult, all these glaring issues, and we have 1.8 sitting there.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's tough for me to swallow.
Well, for the
Yeah.
uninformed, when, I hear it all the time, well, I heard we have $2 million,
Why
why
can't
aren't they
we?"
fixing the bunkers?
Right.
And so then I try to
Right.
explain the importance of reserves, the fact that Mark Milner is very wise
Oh,
to
yeah.
make sure we
Yeah.
have a reserve, but you're not gonna get these projects done without borrowing money.
I think, Wayne, this is a conversation that, we need Chris to be in the room for.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if next month is the time with Tom and Mary coming,
Yeah.
How much was the total cost of the clubhouse over there, do you know?
I believe it's gonna be about 3 million,
3 million.
and I believe insurance is paying about 1.8.
Yeesh.
So, my point is this, let's say we're borrowing $1 million.
Right.
That's costing us $100,000 a year.
Yep.
$6 million is gonna cost us $600,000 a year then.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of money to raise,
Yeah.
just to pay the debt.
Right.
That's why,
$4,000. Raise pass holder fees to $4,000 now, we're good in 5 years.
Mark Milne has already told me we will never get a cent of general fund money, it's not gonna happen.
No,
So it's
No.
gonna have to be CPC
But the
And-
term of a loan too would factor.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, take out a 30-year loan,
How'd they do it in Yarmouth with the irrigation? They just did it, right?
yeah.
They did, but I think they had, I mean, okay. Last year, in July, I think I said this, we had our biggest month ever at the time, 550,000. That same month, Yarmouth did $1 million. That's how much more money they're making than us. Because no resident discounts and no reserving tee times for members until 3 days out. They did $1 million. Now granted, they have 9 more holes, so okay, I could see an extra 15% or something, but
Oh, the dump holes.
to almost
yeah.
double what we did? Right. So I can ask Scott, I'll actually be there a week from Thursday, I'm playing in a tournament there on the 21st, Scott's the director there. I'll ask him what the math was on that renovation, what the,
Yeah, you'd be
how they did
curious
it.
to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I will,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll ask him.
Cranberry's doing theirs in 2 years.
They are?
Irrigation, really?
Yeah,
Um,
that's the plan right now.
Has it been submitted and already approved?
Sean was talking about it the other day.
Has that short course ever come to fruition?
Not yet,
Uh,
but there's still in the works.
Again,
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
gonna go back to this point
You
about
know, so like you're done.
300,000
Have 8 beers
is-
and you go out and play the 9 holes and have a blast.
is a starting point for us to raise 300,000. Now Jesse says we might be able to raise 300,000 just through our regular expenses. But, like, I have a couple of questions. Like, say we went, Jesse, from 105 to 115. So we're comparable for the rate with the other public golf courses, the other good public golf courses on Cape Cod.
Right.
How much would that generate?
I can find that.
Yeah, so that would be an easy one.
Sure.
How much would, if we eliminated that 7 o'clock item, how much money would that generate?
That'd be a
Now, I know-
big guess, but I can try.
Yeah, well, and again, Mary and Tom next
Yeah.
week
That
might be
would-
able to.
That's what I was
And
waiting
how much, if we want to talk about it, how much would a 5%, and I'm just throwing this out. Again, what I said at the start of this meeting, this is a brainstorming session, but a 5% increase on all pass holder fees.
Well, that's double the consumer price index, that's 5% is a little high, isn't it?
All right, let's say 2%.
2.7 is the.
How much, what would every 1%, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
What would every 1% increase in the pass holder fees
Well,
generate for us?
1.3 million, so there you go,
1% would be,
$13,000
okay.
per percent.
So I think when we start getting these kinds of numbers, and then we put together an idea of how much we want to raise above that 300,000, which Jesse pretty much has indicated, and I think we all feel that we have to do that, then we can start next month really examining some of these specific items in order to get, I mean, again, do we want to, let's hypothetically say the 300,000 is right, and based upon this year's figures, we would generate another 300,000. Do we want to get to 500,000? With a $200,000 over that, would we be happy with that? We'd be obviously able to contribute
Yeah.
something pretty
Substantial.
significant
Yes.
to the reserve account. How much more do we want to contribute to that account?
I think we should look at all the discounts, why do we have them? What if we eliminated them? What's the ramification of that?
Impossible to know how many people it would turn away, you know, you can't just assume they'd still play, but,
I don't know whether it would or wouldn't, somebody earlier suggested that maybe they become members if it were
right,
a resident
if they
discount.
run the numbers
I mean,
themselves. and-
Yeah, I mean, or make that, whatever that, if it has to be a discount, make it a de minimis amount.
It's aggressive right now,
Yeah,
$45 for a round
Yeah,
here
yeah,
is
it's-
so
Do they
cheap.
show proof of
ridiculous.
residency? I
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're supposed to show a license and, for
I
a green
mean,
student,
yeah.
Well, this is the point, Bill,
I
just
haven't
that
seen
one
that
item.
happen.
If we were to raise that to 90,
Yes.
you know, just throwing out a number, how much money would that raise?
Yeah.
would that generate? And when we start adding all of these up, in addition to the 300,000 we expect to make, we can really get to a significant number.
Right. My train of thought is, we're trying to raise revenue, we have rising expenses. Why are we offering discounts? Why?
Sure.
And if we, either we justify them or we don't. If we can't justify them, eliminate them.
It's a revenue retainment model.
Okay.
So if you look at cost of revenue, an empty seat is more expensive than a discounted seat,
Sure.
which is why you have the discount.
Well, that's why I said you don't know how many people would say,
So
Oh, I don't get a
you can
discount,
play
I'm
with
not
what the discount
Right.
is. The airlines and hotel industries built this whole model
Yeah.
on revenue control. So how do I modify the price to make sure the seat or the room is never empty? Because once the time expires, I can't get the
well,
money
that's
back.
dynamic pricing. And
That's what it
A lot of
is.
these courses are doing, is that's
Yeah.
why you can get a last minute tea time for $30, because they'd
Yeah.
rather get something for it. Again,
You don't have that problem.
Could you do,
no,
well, you
nor
could
can
do-
Chelsea handle that.
You
Right.
could do the
Well,
discount.
that's a whole different issue.
You
Right.
could do the discount of Hyannis and not of Old Barnstable.
Which is all they do now.
Yeah,
There's no discount.
Oh,
there.
that's right, yeah.
So I agree with you that we should look at that, but the old spreadsheet that used to get sent out showed every type of billable by total rounds. So discounted round, user round, member round. So
Yep.
if we could have one copy of that sent out, we can all play with the math. Because it has it all categorized. Now, I think she did it manually. It's a pain in the ass.
It's not, yeah,
Um,
it's not easy.
Yeah, it doesn't come out of the POS system very well, but if we can get the ramifications of, all right, there was $1.3 million for all the member rounds, how many rounds is that total? And we'll do the math on
Sure,
average number of
that's
rounds per
easy.
person.
That's easy, yeah.
But then if you go the billable types of rounds by location, because that, to Keith's point, yes, it's 1% for every point on members, but if we get rid of the $69, $59 afternoon cart, did we only sell 1,000 of those all year? So even if you made it $80, it's $21,000.
Well, let's say, I mean, 1.3 million in member revenue,
Yeah,
divided by, they played 45,000 rounds.
yeah.
Ah,
36.
$29 a round.
Yeah.
That's what your average member's paying,
Yeah, so-
$29.
So
That's
raise,
giving it away.
raise that to $34. What is the total value? And then divide by the member count.
What do you mean, what would,
Multiply the number of rounds you just did
45,000?
times $34.
Oh, right.
Divide by the total number of members.
Wait, you're looking for total,
Total rounds played by the
What the
members.
pass holders should be paying. I think
So if we wanted to raise the price of all rounds by $5,
right.
take the number of rounds played by members,
Mhm.
multiply that by $34, divide that by the member count. That should be your member fee.
Well,
It's gonna come out to like $1,800, $1,900
well, no,
bucks.
here's the problem. No, it's 1167. Here's the problem.
Oh, sweet.
Well, no, here's the problem.
You know, that
We have
includes,
138 juniors. We have 145 students.
right,
They're paying nothing.
you need to zero
They're in
them out.
that, they're, take those away. And- Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're skewing everything.
Yeah, you need to zero them out and just go on the key, on,
Because, yeah, your juniors are paying $180.
right,
Then I play 60 times.
yeah.
They're paying $3 a round, which
Right.
I'm not insinuating, I'm not suggesting we hammer, go up on the kids, but kids don't pay the bills.
Well, the other, I mean, Howard's 350 against our 180.
Right.
Dennis 300.
yeah,
Brewster 292.
And only one course, Harwich.
Yeah, but I mean,
But,
what's
but
reasonable?
I'm not
These
saying we
are
need to do it here with a
non-resident. These are
calculator. I'm
non-resident.
saying if you give us all the math,
Non-resident.
we can go off and come back with variable models to come up. To Keith's point, is it 300, 400, 500 that we wanna have net? Because the assumption is our costs are going up 300,000. And again, to be agreed is, do we wanna pay off the gap in 2 years or 3 years?
Yeah.
So do we have to kick in 140,000 or 200,000 to get
Yeah.
to 2.2 million
yeah.
from 1.8? Not including the CIPs you haven't spent money on yet? So it's probably 200,000 over, and you'll still do it in 3 years, because you got some CIPs that are gonna run the number down.
Yes, I
Um,
got 200 grand sitting right here.
correct,
Yeah.
so, I think Keith, I think you had it nailed. We need to know what's the math, how do we back it out, and then what are all the multipliers? Because 1% times the 1.3 million means you gotta go up like 30% to make 390 grand.
Right.
And that means you're raising it from 1335 to almost 1800.
Yeah.
I think
On
somewhere
the
in
base
I think
membership.
somewhere in the 1400s is I didn't wanna,
I think your number's probably around 1,500.
Well, if we did $14.95, I didn't wanna do this, but,
Yeah.
that's a 12% increase. That would bring in an extra 160 grand, right there.
And that's a third of the number we want.
Right.
Assuming you had everybody, you sold
Correct.
the stuff,
Yeah.
the
Correct.
same amount of passes, which you probably won't.
Yeah,
You know,
the
you,
only thing
you were
about that,
less
Jason,
this year,
is how
Jesse,
long do we
with
wanna
numbers,
take
That's
54.
what it's saying.
to get to Mark Mills' number?
The question
I
is,
don't think we have to go to Mark Mills' number in 1 year.
No,
I really don't.
it's 2
That
or
is
3.
asking
And it might be
too
less
much.
than 2.2. I need to
Yeah,
clarify
I
that.
mean,
I think it's 3 years is probably comfortable, because we're gonna have CIPs we weren't counting on, that are gonna continue to erode it, and you have to keep adding it.
I'm feeling like,
You're looking at probably $250,000 a year in CIPs.
we need to project out 5 years, to have a kind of 5-year pro forma. So this is our plan over the next 5 years. And that kind of speaks to what you're saying, it's like, yeah, 3 years, or is it 1 year, or is it 2 years? And, how much money do we have to give back to the reserve? We need a strategy that's long-term, especially if we're gonna get these projects done.
Yeah, I mean, even a 5% increase is not gonna,
No, I know.
Do anything.
It's gonna have to be.
well, Jesse's just hypothetical, 12% is too much. We have to look at generating money from other sources.
I hate
Sponsorships.
I hate focusing on percentages
Sometimes
because we should be charging what the place is worth.
Yeah,
It's relative cost, not
Who-
previous
who
expense.
cares- Who cares what we were charging? Like, oh my God, they went up 12%. Is $14.95 not a reasonable cost for these 2 golf
for
courses?
2 golf courses for the whole year?
Right. Oh my God, it's 12%. So what?
A lot of
I
people say, I'd pay
just-
2,500.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
We don't bring percentages
I
to the
play with
bank,
a
we
lot
bring
of people
dollars.
from Falmouth and Mashpee that come over here because
They're
it's,
paying 1,800, still a deal.
it's the best deal.
Oh yeah,
okay,
Quashnet
they say.
Valley's $3,000. Cape
Yeah.
Cod Country Club's $3,000
Yeah,
Right.
And you're charging 1,800 for
for 2 courses.
non-resident.
And both better,
No residents.
both better
And
than
last time we
Quashnet.
went up on them, it didn't slow the membership at all.
No, you
oh,
actually have
really?
more.
No,
Can I ask you a question about membership numbers? I'm looking at your comparison here.
yeah.
This year we were down 54 resident adult
Right,
members from
right.
last year. Is that because of the issues at
I
Hyannis?
think so. It's the only thing I can point to is,
And
yeah.
it's not because of the big increases in,
Oh,
the
God.
2% increase or whatever.
I
I'm
can't
just
imagine.
asking, but you were also down in seniors. The ones that you were up were juniors and young adult.
right, and you hope, as far as a long-term thing, you hope the junior becomes the student and then becomes the
Exactly.
young adult and then become,
yeah.
There's a lot of people here where we look at their, do you know how the member numbers work here?
Yeah.
Your member number is the year you joined.
Yeah.
We're in the 35th year right now, so everybody,
Yeah.
right. So, we have some people here that their member number is only 4 digits. So you assume, they're only 40 years old,
Yeah,
because they joined when they were 15.
yeah,
So their member number is like, 1046, you know what I'm saying? So I don't love to see this decline, 750, in the last 4 years, every year.
yeah.
Little skewed, those junior numbers are actually probably higher in previous years. Because when I did this, I just counted a family pass as 2 adults. I didn't want to, maybe I could have done like 2.25 or 2, I just didn't want to. So those junior numbers in previous years are probably low. There's a reason you saw a quick spike.
Because they were embedded in the family pass.
Right, so now they're actually being counted. So it's not shocking it went from 108 to 138, because now they're actually being counted. Where before we only counted passes sold, not people. But I think we need to be careful when we get hung up on percentages, because dollars matter.
I appreciate what you're saying, Jesse, but I don't know how else you do it. If
People will
it's-
flip
if
out
it's-
if they hear double digit.
If it's
I can't.
We don't say that.
1350 this year.
Right.
And it goes 10% higher.
Right.
I mean, people are gonna know right away, 10% of 1350
They'll do the math
is
themselves.
$135.
I get it. And
Yeah,
my
but they'll
answer
also
would
look
be
around and compare it to what else is available.
that, and just because we've historically undercharged, why
Right.
should we be handcuffed by that moving forward?
See, I would make
We've
the
been giving it
argument,
away for years.
I would make the argument we raised this by 2 Old Barnstable rounds, $210.
What?
Two.
Say again, Jason?
we raised it by 2 Old
Yeah.
Barnstable rounds, which
Paying
is
full freight
$210.
for 2 rounds at Old Barnstable, that's all you've done.
He's saying you play 2 more rounds, you get your money's worth.
Because if you went and played Old Barnstable, it's $105 a
Well,
round.
you're factoring the card, the greens fee's
Yeah,
80,
but I'm just,
but yeah.
alright, so 3.
Yeah, sure.
You get my point.
Right, yes.
Is don't use percentages, don't use numbers,
I
relate
don't
it
like
to
that they
cost
use
of round.
percentages on the, last year we went from $5, a small range bucket, we went from $5 to 6. Oh my God, a 20% increase. It's $1.
Yeah.
Let's relax about the 20% increase. And I hate that they put that on the sheet when the town manager has the, I
Yeah.
hate that they put those percentages, because again, you went up 20% on the range, it's $1.
It's $1.
Like,
Can we get new range mats?
we just got 5 new ones here, like $400 a piece now. Yeah.
I won't
Yeah,
ask
what
you
was
about
the increased
grass range
percentage on
yet,
those?
but-
What was the
Trust
increased
me,
percentage on
We have a
those?
grass range in Crew.
Oh, yeah.
They-
150?
they have to close it
Honestly, from
periodically for a
275
few
to high
weeks.
3s.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Grow the grass.
Yeah, yeah.
I swear people
Costs
dig
are
into
going
China.
up. and
I'm
people
also
have
right
to
now
understand.
looking, the range is a whole different animal we're gonna have to discuss. I'm looking into dispensers. I wanna get rid of the range membership.
Oh, really?
Completely.
Oh.
We get killed.
We
Yeah.
don't,
You're gonna
we
use
don't
what?
do that at Cranberry anymore.
No more range
We-
membership? Good.
No, we sell the cards, and the
Right.
kids, they use ball machine.
Will you give them a bonus?
Um,
That's what I would do. I'd
Yeah,
say,
well,
we'll
we
give you a
did-
20% bonus.
Well,
You load 200 onto your card, you get
initially,
240.
yeah, if
There's your
you
perk.
pay, $200, we'll give, initially at the beginning of the year, we'll give you $350 worth of range
That's
balls.
a ton, okay.
That's a
But
lot.
one time?
Last year, we did $200,000 on the range alone,
Wow.
after all expenses.
And that was way up because of the new way of doing
Because of the ball
things?
machines
get
and everything.
killed on the
What
range
we
members.
had was
Yeah.
that, we had a deal with tokens where.
I don't
you-
wanna do tokens. I
No,
wanna
and,
remove the human
and
element.
it was the worst thing they did,
Right.
because they allowed you to come in and get 4
You
tokens a
you
day.
hoard them.
Yeah, so a
give 'em your
guy would
buddies.
sit there and come in and get 4 tokens for 5 straight days and then give them to his buddies,
Right.
and they're not paying.
And that's what happens when somebody has a range membership. The foursome shows up, one guy in the foursome, all members, has a range membership. Guys, don't buy balls, I have a range
Yeah,
membership.
I've got a range membership.
Or you should, guy shows up with 6 grandkids, and we try to police it, but we get killed. And just belabored, it's,
If
I
you
showed up
use a
with
ball
4.
machine,
Again,
act-
I just wanna
Right.
say this,
Jesse, talk to Roman about that.
yeah.
I mean, seriously, the ball machines, we have 2 ball machines, and those things are,
It's
I
in
mean,
our
we
budget
have to
this year.
hire somebody in the summer all day long. That's all
You do
they're
a great
doing is
range.
picking the
I mean, that
range.
range is awesome.
Well, we have a grass range,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we had to close it because it was so dug up. Hell, I think half the people were trying to get to Beijing,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
unbelievable. But, you know, it's a grass range, but we also use mats.
So
And-
if you don't use tokens, how are you gonna do it?
The
Yeah,
card,
it's either a credit card, or it's or
range
you get a
a
card,
prepaid card.
right, or like a key fob
Okay.
kind of thing. Yeah, so I wanna remove the human element. No tokens, you no longer have to go in the shop, you know. Here, I'm thinking it would be right where the little shed is by the cart barn shed. Get
Yeah.
rid of that shed, I
Yeah.
gotta buy 2 new. At Hyannis, we're going back and forth. I'm thinking where we're washing the carts now, behind the 9th green. Running power to it is a problem. This is a big project of mine right now, because it's an $80,000 decision package. But I gotta buy 2 machines, 2 sheds, the electrical component to install them, figure out how to get water to them. Then the credit card processing, the software,
Why
it's
you
a
get,
whole.
what?
Wash the
why-
balls.
Oh, wash the balls, oh.
well, why not do one a year? One the first year, one
Because
the
we're
second.
gonna get serious discounts for buying 2.
Just like the cards.
Yeah, right. We're gonna get like, probably 5 years worth
All
of
right,
savings.
well, again,
Yeah,
that I didn't
You just
know.
gotta run an underground line,
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna make,
you
you're
have to
gonna
like
make a
mold,
bundle on
yeah,
that.
yeah. Or we get Hyannis, we can do it right when you go down the hill on the right, there's electric right there.
Oh,
But we'd have to do a massive clearing. I worry about foot traffic in that area. A lot of, we have to talk about it. Yeah, but that should see huge increases in range revenue, which
Big
we haven't
time.
even talked about.
Big time.
But yeah, we're
Well,
not gonna
this is
get
the
taken
point,
advantage of with the
as far as
memberships
I'm
anymore.
concerned, that it seems like there's a lot of ways we can generate money. A lot of ways before we raise money for the pass holder costs.
Keith, I don't disagree with you, but we need to look at the whole map. What are we trying to get to? 'Cause
I
the big-
agree.
The biggest chunk that moves is the pass holders, but we'll look at all the different contributors.
Again, if we're going to potentially raise 300,000, and we want we're gonna have increases of 300,000. Just from listening to everybody's conversations, it seems like there's $10 and $20 and $30,000 chunks of money that we can generate. Again, I'm for pass holder increases. I'm sorry to use a percentage. I'm not for a 12% increase.
Yeah, me neither. Jesse, this 115 for captains and,
Yeah,
I agree
and,
with you.
Bayberry,
Sorry, folks. you
25,
gotta
you know what it
pay.
was in 24?
You're stealing it down.
Well, you know, we're,
They've been
because
spoiled
we're
for
talking
years.
about,
Right.
now, next fiscal year, we're talking about beyond the 115. You might be going to 120.
I can ask everybody what they're thinking, nobody's gonna be able to give me a solid answer, you know.
Want to.
No, I was just
You're
curious
out
what it was.
I know,
Competitors.
I know. I think Dennis has a rule, they can't go up more than 5% in a year without town manager approval or a vote at town hall. They have town meeting, right? Is it, I think?
Select board,
Oh, they do, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like, they have to approve it, or,
yeah.
you know, every
A lot,
course is
a lot of
different.
these, people go by the rate of inflation rather than CPI.
At one time, were you not
just
talking
feel-
about like a
again, I feel
super
like-
membership?
I still
Well,
like,
you-
We've
you get
undervalued it
premier-
in the
Captain's
past.
has one.
That shouldn't handcuff us
Captain's has
moving
one.
forward,
I agree,
you
What you
know?
talking about?
I agree.
I said you get access to
I
tea
can see Barney
times
going at least 110.
earlier in the
105.
day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Jesse, Captain's has the super membership now, right?
They have the, right, pre-9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that's when I showed you that rate, that's it.
Do they limit it to the number of people that can have that?
No.
Because if you
It
have,
just gives you access to it.
I can guarantee you with the rates that Cape Cod pays for its golf courses, its muni golf courses, that's not gonna change. You're still gonna have 1,200 people that are gonna wanna buy that membership so
Yeah.
they can play before
I mean, we
9.
can't, we have 1,300 members and they can't all play on the same day.
Yeah,
So,
No, but you can only sell X number of super memberships, right?
I don't know if they
I
can.
don't know,
I mean, they're
they're
at
$1450.
$14.50.
$2,000.
They are,
We pay
you know,
for it.
10% higher than us.
And
that would be very attractive
but
before
limited
9.
to-
Right.
Yeah.
If you buy the
250.
lower tier, oh, it says 1,100 after. You can
Yeah,
buy
but
that,
that
and
means
you can't
Chelsea
play
has
before
its
9,
priority.
which is a
You can
deal
do
breaker for a
whatever
lot of
you
people.
want on
Yeah.
the computer. There's
You
a
know,
lot
I'm
of-
just saying.
say that
You
again.
have to put
It's
a
only
priority on
1,100.
Chelsea.
You can buy, you can join captains for 1,100, but you can't play till after 9 o'clock. You're right. And
Okay.
that would be a deal breaker for a large percentage of people.
I like teeing
Some
off
people
at
might like it.
6:30.
Sure,
I
sure.
mean,
I wonder how many of those they sell.
A cheaper
Um,
membership. So the 1450 is the super membership amount?
Right, but I think we have to be careful about what they did. What Jason and Mark are maybe suggesting is we're creating this more expensive membership. They didn't do it that way, they did it the opposite. They created a discounted membership.
Yeah.
If you wanna wait until, see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's a big difference.
I like the idea of creating our own,
Discounted?
No, he's talking about
No.
premium.
a premium.
The challenge with
See,
that
that's-
is Chelsea.
That's, we could create it, that's okay. But the way we're doing it, we're not offering a discounted membership, we're increasing it across the board for we're taking away what you used to have. You used to be able, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I do.
Whereas they created it.
but I'm not getting up at that hour in the morning.
Fair enough. We could create a discounted membership, but
Raise all the rates, raise that one higher, and then one's cheaper. So you raise the base rate to
leave the
13.34.
$13.35 alone, but you can't play till after 8:30.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah,
how many people would do it? Now it's a discount instead of an add-on.
Correct.
Right.
But then
It's all
we,
the
but
optics
then you
matter.
didn't raise the rate.
You know, which I don't understand, like, I'm ranting about percentages, but you're right, the optics matter. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, it'll be good to have Mary and Tom here. And don't be, like,
If you-
don't be afraid to email me before next meeting. you
we
know,
can email, we
what
can
met-
email you
Well,
ideas.
just me directly, you can't,
You
but yes,
can't prove
please,
it.
like, anything, any metrics you wanna see, or
Yeah.
send me that.
Well, I would be interested, as I've already said to you, Jeff,
Yep.
the elimination
Oh, yeah.
of that 7 o'clock availability.
I disagree,
I think it's probably,
because I do use it.
Oh, you use it too, so-
Yeah.
I've used it
We've
too,
all
but,
used it.
you know, I've used it, in fact, I've used it many times.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a perk, talking about, you know, extra benefits. I feel like it's a perk to be able to do that. In effect, I haven't done,
I feel like it's using up tea
I
time
haven't
that wouldn't
asked
have
for
gotten
a,
used, I guess is my.
That's the idea. We would rather have a member walking in that time, even though we're getting $0 for that, than have it go empty.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, that way at least that member's getting their money's worth and it's, you know.
But do you feel you're in a position at certain times of the year to know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be able to sell this to the
we
public?
could say these weekends, these 4 weekends
See,
a year,
I think it should be at
we
your
take it away.
discretion.
Right, these 6 weekends a year.
Yeah.
You know, the 3 crazy ones in May and the 3 crazy ones in September, there is no 7 o'clock option.
okay, and then how much would that generate?
God, that'd be quite a big
But-
guess, but
It would be a big guess, but
Right.
if you could come forward with that for the next meeting,
Yeah,
again, that's something
I
that
wouldn't-
is gonna
yeah.
enable us to increase our revenue,
and I wouldn't
which
limit it to
everyone is
6
concerned
weekends.
about.
I still think being, living in a tourist economy here, July and August are equally.
I worry that all it would do was move the phone calls, move it from people on the computer at 7 o'clock to just calling immediately first thing in the morning. Now the phone's ringing off the hook.
Yeah.
Goes from automated to manual labor.
Right, which is, I mean, the phone does not stop. And the
That's why I
last thing
never
we
even
want,
try to call.
the last thing we want is people calling to try to make tea times. We want people using the system.
Does anybody work on Fridays anymore?
It's crazy, right?
Well, I'm wondering, is
Thursday's
Thursday the new Friday?
Correct.
Thursday
Right.
is
So,
the new
yeah,
Friday.
So maybe Thursday rates should be looked at. I know you had.
Count Thursday as a weekend? It wouldn't do anything here.
count
It would just
Friday
be-
as a
it would-
weekend.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
We
you
already
do,
do.
all right, okay.
That would be hyenas. Because here it doesn't matter, it's 7
I mean, I
days.
played last Thursday. and
Oh, I already know most of them.
Yeah. Sold out
They're in
today.
the same group. I
Was it
was
really?
in.
Tuesday. Sold out.
It's Friday.
It's 24.
Well, today's not Friday.
They all know
Today's
it's
Tuesday,
Today's
buddy.
Tuesday.
That would be my one concern is that now the phone's ringing off the hook at 6:30 in the morning. 'Cause-
So people need to use,
I do have at 6,
the
I walk up and
internet.
down.
But you
to
can't
make
use
it-
the system day of.
See you.
Why?
Chelsea doesn't operate like that.
That's too bad,
Right.
because if you're sitting there and going, I feel like golfing this afternoon, why can't you, and you can't change Chelsea.
Right, so you'd have to call.
You
And
have-
it's just, the
yeah.
phone
She
is,
locks at 11:59.
the phone is merciless. It's just,
Yeah, I know,
it's brutal. Just does not stop.
I would shut the ringer off, I mean, if you
Oh.
can't handle it.
I'd be interested in the elimination of resident green fees or markedly dropping that discount. Just what the
Yeah.
impact would be.
Yep.
Yeah, how much would that generate?
That I can find out. I mean, it-
Well, that's what I'm saying. Get us the line item.
Right.
And then we just do the
Right.
math.
Can we offer,
A,
Well, this is a whole different ballgame. Can we offer any incentives for volunteer work?
set up the purpose of
You know, so,
setting up a golf course or a
weekend
business
rangers,
there, and here's our
can they be-
goals and all that.
technically our staff can't even play
Like the-
golf. I'm not.
I'm not saying that you could
The
give them golf, it's
right,
maybe
for
range
the
privilege,
residents of town to be able to play in a reasonable.
just, something like that.
I'd love to
I've
be a
heard people
ranger.
talk
I
about
forget what
ranges.
it's called. when I get it.
Lack of
Say that.
ranges. In the
I think
golf
there's
carts
one here.
from last year, we now have signage about pace of play.
Yeah.
There's nothing for walkers, there's no signs out on the course, for.
It's on the card.
Yeah, if
Well,
you're walking.
Time's on the card.
Yeah.
I mean, people are people.
Yeah.
Sign, everywhere's a sign, right?
The
I
only
mean,
thing that works is a ranger.
I'm only
Golf ball.
talking about what other members have told me.
Right.
Pace of play continues to be an issue.
It's an issue at every.
It's an
golf
issue
course.
everywhere in the world.
And
I
it
just- I'm
depends
not
on who
trying
the
to-
person is.
yeah.
Guy plays
I mean,
3
it-
hours
it-
and 40
you know,
minutes
being a
and he's
starter-
pissed because he wanted to be 3.5.
Somebody pays $500 for their
That's
family
you.
to go play golf,
Yeah.
and they're a whole
Well, if
behind.
you're the first group out, you're playing 410,
It's
you
a
should
delicate
be shot.
situation. It's not as simple as,
Understandable.
I've been on courses where the ranger keeps you moving and, pick it up,
To
you
you
go
it
in
is,
to the
but
next
to
hole.
the average
And
golfer,
if
you
you
take a
warn
look at
people
the
that's the way the
national
course
numbers,
is,
like that.
410,
they understand,
410. We all play
It's just a reminder,
sub
I mean, I
330.
don't think anybody's gonna be
Okay,
a
but
cop
you
out
have
there,
that
but
group that
it's.
goes
I
off on
wanna
the
be a
10th
cop.
tee.
I know, well,
I should take you up on that and have you
Catch him
spin
at
one day.
15.
I'll
If
tell
you're gonna come in
you.
and go,
It's
Jesse, I
3:30.
have no idea
It
that's
happens
what it was gonna be
at
like.
Cranberry.
The stuff that people are gonna say to you, and that,
You don't think I have a thick
It's
skin
also
at this
why
point
the
in
it's
my
not what it's
life?
about,
Who went off
I'm not
first?
worried about
What
it.
the last
Well,
time
with
we someone
Mary.
someone off the back.
Oh, Mary, let me tell you, she'll goose people. And she goes
She's
out.
all over it.
Oh,
Yeah,
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 she
yeah.
is.
But she's,
But she's,
she's only here.
she's
But
busy,
unfortunately-
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then, like the
Stuff to
court,
do.
Every Saturday.
we
She
had
gets
a-
here at 4 in the morning,
yep,
so.
We had a
you're never here in the
situation-
afternoon. It's like she gets here at 4.
there were
What do you
two,
want?
there were two empty holes in back of us a week ago.
Yeah.
And she went out there,
Back
and
it's
Right
like-
play.
he had
in the
You're gonna
championship.
get bombed.
No, in the
Yeah,
ladies'
Tuesday.
league. Oh,
Yeah.
she went out there, she hid in the woods,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Because she knows it affects
Yeah,
everything.
and she waited for them and she
Yeah, no,
coached them
here-
good,
here-
and
here in
it's
IS,
what needs to
7:30.
happen, but you don't have the personnel to do it. So if you trained
That's the last-
volunteers,
that's the last
they'd be
group
more
up
than
for
happy
that.
to do that, especially for a small discount, like a free range pass.
Sometimes we
See
need
that,
them.
yeah,
We'll make
Free
the
range
turns
card
before
if you
they
go
come
into
through.
machines. It just might help with pace of play, and, you know. Where are the courses reviewed, in social media?
Google, I mean, I look at all the time,
Yeah,
Golf Now for Hyannis.
yeah, what kind of,
Facebook.
you know, people are generally positive.
Yeah.
But are there any complaints that
Fairgrounds
rise?
is 4.5, Hyannis is 4.3. Fairgrounds has 134 Google reviews right now, Hyannis has 116. I look every day.
You do, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great,
Yeah.
you should, yeah.
And it's mostly,
It's
positive,
mostly
the only
positive.
thing we get hammered on
Is
is
no concession,
off-course amenities.
right,
So we're, in Hyannis is like a 2,
yeah.
but
There's a reason.
That's what it should be.
why is it even,
Why is it a
not a
2?
1? Why is it a 2? I know, the answer is 0.
You still have some sort of bathroom.
Still have what?
A bathroom.
Oh, jeez,
Kind of.
yeah, they're really lovely.
Yeah, but
Send
it's
me-
some sort,
let's
that's
not
why
let
it's
this
not a
discussion
0.
end
No.
here until next month.
Oh,
Send me,
absolutely.
send me direct messages with what
Right.
you want.
Yeah, if
Me
you
to show
can,
you
if
for
you can
metrics.
send that full spreadsheet of every
With
type of round we will,
I'm gonna, our POS has so many SKUs in it, I'm gonna have to, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna print it off and do it manually. Because if I gave it to you, you'd be like, there's so much overlap and redundancy in that report.
yeah, it's
And-
a little work for you to consolidate, but
and
it'll help
honestly,
all of
I don't
us do the
think-
multiplier
I don't
of say,
think
if we
staff-
ignore the pass, what are the other things you
I
can
wanna go in
multiply
there and
by
clean
that
that stuff
give you a
up.
math?
I don't think staff is, a lot of times, I'm guilty of it. When, last time I opened the shop, somebody comes to play the back 9 at Hyannis, you know, and I just hit member round. Well, we do have an annual pass holder back 9 SKU,
Oh,
but I'm just hitting member round.
because you're lazy.
Maybe the phone's ringing, maybe I got 5 people in line in front of me, or both.
I know,
And I'm
I
just,
know.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
It's not countable revenue anyway, I don't care.
no, it's a
Back nine.
member start, we call it a start.
Yeah,
But
member
it's
stuff.
your
Whether you play
data.
1 hole or 18 holes,
It
it's a start.
generates your data, though.
Yes, it's a member round.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like Twilight Golf or Junior Golf or that kind of stuff, a lot of it, it's not, we're charging the person appropriately, but how it's being tracked gets a little,
fuzzy.
It will be grossly accurate, we're not gonna get this done.
it won't be granular,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
yeah.
the idea is if you're roughly the same number of button pushes, what's the multiplier to get you?
Right, yeah, good, but again, I mean, we know we're at $29 a round for members right now,
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
yeah,
Get it to
Well-
like 12.
Yeah.
for some members.
Some.
Yeah.
Some-
Oh,
Some
some
are
are
less, yeah.
5, some are 100.
Yes, we know this.
We have people who join and they play 5 times. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay, this is a great discussion. I'm glad we started
It'll
this
be,
in
it'll be
August.
better with Tom and Mary too.
Yeah, but I'm glad we did start in August because we talked about it and I was pushing to start this.
I mean, one thing to think about, I just was thinking, we don't currently have any, we charge the same for junior, student, young adult.
Nice coach.
Maybe we increase the non-resident, student, junior, young adult,
Yeah,
you know.
Well, those are the kinds of things that even if we don't generate that question to you,
Talk about moving
I was
the-
just looking at that chart.
Every other one does.
And-
Every other course charges more for
Yeah.
non-resident
It's
juniors.
always-
Non-resident junior, $180,
Friday that I could, yeah.
pretty
I get
ridiculous.
250 is still,
Send-
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
because these juniors, don't picture some 8-year-old kid. A
No,
lot of
I
these juniors
know.
are 16, 17.
yeah,
Something.
And they're playing
Start
50
heading
times.
out.
So I mean hypothetically,
serious golfers.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, and they're
Yeah.
paying $180.
yeah.
if we raised every student and junior fee by $50, what would that generate?
well, how
for us?
many non-resident young adults are there? Because I don't think we
Well,
have
that-
that.
again, you should have all the counts, and then you can
I,
get it right.
yeah,
We
Right.
don't have that.
no, I lumped them in together. So I can put that, I can pick those apart.
Okay,
I mean, I would be concerned about the non-resident seniors paying the same as a resident, but there's only 21 of them, so.
Well, I think 2 years ago, this committee basically made a decision that the super senior rate, 80 plus, would be half of the regular adult rate, And the non-resident super senior rate would match the resident adult rate. So that's what I've done for the last couple
Oh.
years. If we wanna get away from that, that's
Say
fine.
that again, Jesse.
So, that's why the senior is 668, such an awkward number, because it's half of 1335.
Yeah,
And that's why the senior, the non-resident senior 80 plus is 1335, the same
Yeah.
as the adult.
Yeah,
Now, there's nothing in writing saying we have to do that.
no,
It just made sense at the time.
I don't remember doing half, we decided
That's
that
why it's that number.
a few years
93%
ago.
remember.
seniors.
I think
And
that was my first year.
a ton of
Remember
those, a ton of those just play back nine.
Yeah, they
Ton of
go
those
out,
people.
yeah,
Here.
They play back nine, that's it.
back 9 in the morning.
Yes.
Here,
Yes.
they
Yeah.
play back 9 here because it's flat.
James
Yeah.
asked me about a possible additional maintenance day at each course, because they have no time to get projects done.
Oh, they were doing major work
For the record,
today.
basically, when it comes to maintenance, we don't have 2 golf courses, we have 4, because of the back nine start.
Yeah,
They need to treat 10 just like 1,
Yeah.
so, right? So we have 4 golf courses to get ready. He's like, you want all these projects, but every time I turn around, there's golfers, which is great.
yeah,
But he asked, what if, could I get an extra
keep all
maintenance
the
day,
golfers.
because what, it's Tuesday
Well-
at Old Barney and Wednesday here?
well,
As the
why
late
can't
start?
you like no back 9 on this day at Old Barney and no back 9?
Correct,
Yeah,
that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
We would get, I wonder, I asked Mary, how much pushback would we get from these super seniors, and she said, I would hide.
Mary would hide?
They only play during the week, so right now, they only play during the week,
Yeah.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Right now, they can only play 4 of those days, if we took that down to 3, so what's that, 4 to 3, if we took away 25% of their access?
I say do what you have to do.
I know,
What's the
and
percentages
it's,
again?
but that's James, he's not thinking revenue, he's thinking, I
He
need
has to
time to
fix
get
the
things
course.
done.
Yeah.
And when there's people already on the golf course at 6 AM on both sides, I can't get anything done. I get an irrigation break and I'm stepping aside every 3 seconds for somebody to hit.
Well, they do it all during ladies' league on Tuesday. They were out there watering everything and putting dirt in the sand, in
They
the
have to.
bunkers, and they
They
have
have
to.
to.
So these people,
Nope.
I mean, they can take a little of the hurt, you know?
Yeah, so that'll, next month, I'll have James maybe speak to that a little.
What?
What he'd like to see for,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know, and
Why
I,
not?
because I was asking, would you want them back-to-back days, maybe Monday, Tuesday? I don't wanna do that at Hyannis because
Could
of
do
quota.
overnight projects.
Yeah, you can't.
Maybe Monday, Thursday at Hyannis, and Tuesday, Wednesday here.
You can't do Monday up at Hyannis.
I wouldn't want a late start it on Monday
oh,
because of
okay.
quota.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, they did 160 quota rounds,
I know,
280 total.
I know. You gotta leave Monday alone at Hyannis.
Yes, yes. So, but whatever, that's, I
Well,
wasn't
he should be
planning on
able to
bringing
do
that
all the
up.
maintenance he wants on the back 9 on Mondays.
We have-
Everyone's done after the front.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's just 9. right.
Everyone's
Well,
usually,
flip
well,
side
no, people
sometimes,
will
like-
play both sides, but everyone's mentally done after the first 9
Yes.
holes. The back 9, every pin is in the center of the green.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Uh,
Oh.
I mean, like this coming
Two totally
This
different
coming
golf courses.
Quota day.
Tuesday at Hyannis, they're gonna work on 12. So in theory, we delay the start till 8 o'clock instead of 6:30. So in theory, he's got till 10:30 before there's a golfer on the 12th hole.
Yeah,
So they should be able to get 4.5 hours of work done before.
Yeah.
And I told them, don't be shy about asking me for another delay.
Yeah.
Maybe I blocked the first tee until 10 o'clock instead of 8.
yeah.
And he's very worried about, and I said, don't be shy. If you need that extra couple hours without
Yeah.
golfers, on 12, there's nowhere to hide. You
Can
have
you
to
put
step
in-
aside
can you use a
every time
temporary
somebody's
green?
hitting.
Temporary green?
Close the hole.
Close the hole. I mean,
I'd rather go temp green, but that's,
Yeah.
God, I hate to do that in peak season.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
well, it's
How
all,
many
you know,
days?
it's just,
2.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, 2 days.
It's like the highway. They close the
No.
Two
tunnel.
Tuesday, like
Yeah.
a Tuesday and then the following Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I hadn't even thought of that. I like that.
Everyone gets a 4. Move to 13.
Boy, a birdie.
There you go, Keith.
I didn't even think of that, temp green.
If you hit it in the fairway, you get a 4. Pick it up and move.
I think we're,
All right, I have a lot of, yeah,
All right.
I have my homework.
Good.
yeah,
And again, don't let it end here, send me whatever.
okay. I'd like to make a motion.
Anyone else? So we're gonna have next meeting again to hash a lot of these things out. And then I'm guessing, and Jesse confirmed this or not, that at the October meeting, Jesse is going to come with, to us with hard proposals that we'll either vote on or we won't vote on. Do you see that
I
as
think
the,
you have to vote.
we have to
Yeah.
vote.
You'll either
when I
approve or
said
not approve.
Approve or not approve.
Right.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Yeah, so next month is really the most important one.
Yeah.
As far as formulating
Alright.
what I'm gonna come up with.
Okay.
And there's always the possibility of adding a meeting if we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe I can give you, I just thought of this, maybe I give you options. Could it be like a tiered vote kind of thing?
You kind of gave us options last year, didn't you?
An A-
I mean, here's
an A-
3 scenarios.
An A, a B, and a C package.
Everybody rank them,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then the one with the lowest number wins, the lowest total number. You rank them 1, 2, and 3. We add them all up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the ones count as one.
Correct, so the lowest number wins.
Ranked choice vote.
Exactly.
Rank, is that what it's called? I
Yeah.
was trying to think of it, yeah, maybe we do something like that. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
yeah. we did.
All right, anyone else have a comment?
Nope.
All right, we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, show of hands, please. It's unanimous.
Great talking.
Meeting is adjourned at 7:02.